Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Niramas or Joseph, and I'm here today with Draco, of course. And we are excited for another top 10 list for Essen Spiel. We're going there soon in my top 10 games list, or anticipated games. I can't rank them because I haven't played them all, of course. But in the top 10 anticipated games list that I posted just yesterday, I talked a bit about Essen Spiel and so on in the intro there. I do want to mention that if you see me in the crowds there, I will wear this Draco shirt and so on. If you see me in the crowd, just don't be shy. Come up and say hi. It's always fun to meet viewers, and I don't bite. I mean, Draco might bite, but only if he thinks you're a meatball or something. So as long as you don't look like a meatball, it's gonna be fine. So I hope to see you at Essen Spiel, and now let's get into the top 10 anticipated game expansions list. That's a mouthful. Let's get going with number 10. So number 10 on the list of expansions is the expansion for Die Settlers called Western Sea. Now Die Settlers came out, or maybe it came out earlier, but I sort of got it from Essen last year, and I only played it solo. That's kind of weird. I don't know why. For some reason I haven't played it with my friends. Too many games, obviously. But yeah, so I played it solo quite a bit. I did a solo playthrough as well of the base game. You can go check that out on the channel. Just search for it. But expansion. The only reason it's not higher on my, it's only number 10. I mean, there's like 30 expansions that I want to get from Essen, but still, it's not that extremely high, and that's because I haven't really played the base game enough to feel that I really need an expansion. I still have a lot, to get from the actual base game. But at the same time, I love expansions, as you might know. So, I mean, an expansion for a game that I like, fine, I want it. Yeah, so Western Sea, I look forward to that one. Let's talk a little bit about it. It's like the new world, of course, Western Sea. 17 additional custom dice and brand new technologies. Asymmetrical setups, sounds good. Yeah, this is a fun game for sure. There's a lot of fun stuff in this game. So, Die Settlers, Western Sea is my number 10. Now let's head to number 9. And number 9 is for a game that I have played more than I have played Dice Settlers, but Rajas of the Ganges. Oh, I love this game. This is so good. This is was like 2 years, I think I had it, or something like that. So much fun. It's worker placement combined with tile placement. There's a lot of things going on in this game. I really enjoy it, and this is sort of not a real expansion. I think this is like a goodie box. So it's sort of they released these small promos and stuff. I have one of those. I think I have like a snake promo or whatever. But here they put everything together. So it's more tiles, Mango Village tiger tiles, 2 new river tiles, gemstone dealers, new meeples. Yeah, I definitely want this one. This is one that I will go and just buy because I do like the game, and it's not that it needs an expansion, this game either, to be honest, because the game is really good as it is. But yeah, I think it could be fun with some more, this is like small modular promo expansions. So Rajas of the Ganges, that's my number 9. And the next one comes from Portal Games for Imperial Settlers Empires of the North. This is Japanese Islands. Now, speaking of continuing the whole, red line of do we need an expansion? Well, I definitely don't need an expansion for this game. I only played it a few times so far. For me, it's a really new game. I mean, it came out 2019. I think in Sweden it's just a few months since it hits the store. So, yeah, getting an expansion now just felt weird in some ways. But, again, I can get more fun stuff for a good game, why not? So, Japanese Islands sounds fun. And I haven't played this game solo yet. It's from 1 to 4 players. I am planning to make a solo playthrough. Was sort of hoping to do that before Essen, actually. But, it's been really, really a full schedule for me lately. So many games that I, want to film and need to film. And, people want their games to be shown before Essen. So, sadly, I can't really do all the things that I wanted to do before Essen here. But anyway, I am at some point going to do a solo playthrough of Empires of the North, and then I'll do it with this expansion, of course, so that you can see how that works as well. So I look forward to that. This game is really fun. I was not a big... I didn't dislike Imperial Settlers, but I was not a huge fan of it, mostly because it was so aggressive, I thought, with the whole racing the other players' buildings and all that. So this in Empires of the North is not that mean. It's more about focusing on your own stuff, which I do like. More of a multiplayer solitaire, which is my, my favorite way to play games most of the time. So Imperial Settlers, Empires of North Japanese Islands. Really look forward to this one. And let's talk about Teotihuacan late pre-classic period. Now, first of all, I love this game because I am one of the few people I know that can say the name, pronounce the name of the game, Teotihuacan. Shouldn't be that hard. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it sounds fairly good, right? So it was kind of fun as well. I had, the stories about Lost Essen, where I walked around and, some guy came up to me, one of the viewers, if you're watching, hello, and he was like, hey, and he asked me, where's this new, do you know where they sell this really cool new game that I've been checking out? And he tried to say Teotihuacan in many different ways. It was really fun. We had a laugh. Anyhow, the late pre-classic period brings some new fun stuff to the game. Once again, this is a game that I don't need an expansion for, to be honest, because, there's so much to explore. I haven't, tried all the strategies and all that from the base game. And I must say that I don't want to play this game, any day of the week. I need to be sharp and, feel, have to have a good night's sleep beforehand, because it's fairly heavy and there's a lot to consider, and trying to plan out my moves and all that. I can't really min-max this game for some reason. It's just, I think it's because there's so much happening between it's my turn and then when it comes back to me again, a lot of things have changed on the map. So you have to adapt, which I like in most games anyway. There's some cool little meeples here. I don't know what they are supposed to be doing. See if we can zoom in here. Okay, now we zoomed in a lot. That wasn't intentional. Can we... Oh, there we go. There's the meeples. I see them. Okay, and some... I think these are like asymmetrical, so you have different tribes that you start with. Now I don't know what happened. Okay, so yeah, Teotihuacan late pre-classic period. I do look forward to this one. And it was, when I started making this list, I was, this was just obviously on my list. I just had to figure out which number and so on. But yeah, it looks really cool. More cool stuff here. More of these tiles actually, so you can, change up the map as well, which is, wow, so much replayability. Oh, I'm excited. Let's go to the next one. And my number 6 is for one of my favorite games, The Pursuit of Happiness. This is such a cool game, and this is called Experience. I think this is like the second expansion, or maybe the third. No, I think it's the second one. I mean, this game is so much fun. It's worker placement, but with humor and good-looking artwork and funny-looking things and funny names and all. I really have... I laugh a lot when I play this game with my friends. We have such a good time with this. You're trying to live a life as best as you can and be as happy as you can. Last time I played this, it was a few weeks ago. I sort of didn't go for the exercise track and trying to live a long life. I tried to live a short but intense life. It didn't go that well. I think I came in second place or something like that. But I died. My character died before everyone else. And then the last turn I had to watch the other ones play, which is kind of weird with this whole player elimination. But it's only like one round anyway. Yeah, so experiences. Obviously, we're going to have some dreams and hopes for the future. There's some things going on from what I understand that we can store cards. So like I have a dream of doing something one day, becoming this, famous author or whatever. And then I can sort of realize it later on in the game to become more happy. It's just so cool. I think this is just a masterpiece from our TPI games. I love this game. So Pursuit of Happiness, experiences. And now let's head to the next one. And well, here we go, number 5. And maybe maybe you thought when you listened to my rant about Pursuit of Happiness and you think like, why it's only number 6 if you love it so much? Well, because there's so many good expansions coming out. Number 5, This War of Mine. A new expansion again for This War of Mine, Days of the Siege. I love this game. This is on my top 10 all time. This is so good. I am actually setting up. I am in the making of... I don't want to promise too much because I have so many things to be filming up ahead, but I am in the making of doing a solo playthrough series of this. But then when I heard about this expansion, I thought, okay, let's wait for the new expansion. So, because it's kind of weird. I've been talking about this earlier on, like my solo top list and so on, that it's one of my favorite games. It was on my top 10 solo, by the way, as well. But I haven't made a video for it, which is kind of weird. I did unboxings for it and for the expansion. And the thing is, I have the Kickstarter edition deluxe with all the stuff. So some of these things that come in the Days of the Siege, I already have, from what I understand. It was just the same with the last expansion. So that's kind of sad. I think like the cat is coming now for everyone. No, the dog. Okay, the dog is coming now. I already have the dog. But I mean, there's still new stuff here. Story-driven, 3-act war campaign. And to be honest, I mean, I'm playing so many games. I'm studying, I'm working with other things and all that. So I haven't actually played the campaign thingies from the last expansion from the Kickstarter. I still have those. Still want to play those. And I haven't played enough on the hard side of the board. I have so many, you know, I could just stop buying games right now and I would have enough to do for a few years. But yeah, this War of Mine, Days of the Siege, if you like this War of Mine, get the expansion, of course. I mean, this is so cool from Galacta. I'm so excited for this one. I could be talking about this for a long time, but now let's head to the next one. And here we go. Another great game, Underwater Cities, came out last year at Essen, and it's one of those, again, I'm not going to complain. I don't mean to complain, don't get me wrong. I'm very, you know, privileged to be able to play so many games. But it's one of those games that I didn't really, you know, had it for like, I think 3 months after last Essen before I actually got to play it. But once I played it, I loved it. I really like Underwater Cities. I think it's so good. And this expansion, New Discoveries it's called, it's bringing something that I think, you know, the base game should have had. Or you know, in some ways I was hoping it was going to have, because, you know, we had Terraforming Mars and it's such a good game, of course, but people complained about the player boards and all that, and I can agree with that. You know, they were pretty cheaply made, and now that's going to be fixed with another expansion. It might come later on the list, who knows. But anyhow, Underwater Cities New Discoveries is also bringing in a new player board, which actually, what's the English word for it? I don't know. When it's like layered, I think it's called layered. When we put in a cube and it doesn't move around because there's like 2 layers of cardboard. So that's going to be awesome. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff coming here. Not that much information, to be honest. We have some picture of new cards. You know, that's exciting. New card. Why not? This game is so good. Yeah, so Underwater Cities, New Discoveries. I really look forward to playing this, and I already, you know, pre-booked my copy and all that with delicious games. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Now let's head to the next one. And here, folks, Terra Mystica, Merchants of the Seas. A new expansion for Terra Mystica. Oh, I mean, I don't even know what to say. This is so cool. And the thing is, there's a long story about this, but I just, you know, I played a lot of Terra Mystica back in the days. I loved it. It was one of my favorite games, you know, top 10. Then Gaia Project hit, and I was in the beta testing with some friends, so we beta tested Gaia Project, loved it, especially me. I think I loved it most of all of us. It was Gaia Project was my #1 for a while, all-time game. I just loved it to pieces, just played it a bunch, and, you know, solo and with friends, and so good. And man, I actually have my name on the box as well there. It's really cool. I have to brag about that every chance I get. But anyhow, when we played Gaia Project a lot, one of my friends said, you know, he said to me, we were talking about this, and he said to me, like, are we ever going to play Terra Mystica again? My answer was like, no, I don't think so, because, you know, Gaia Project is so good. I was considering, you know, we were talking about, like, should we sell our Terra Mysticas? But anyhow, new expansion. So now I think this will bring back a reason to bring back Terra Mystica and play it, which is a good, you know, I'm not going to complain at all. I'm happy to do that. It has it can have its own place next, you know, to Gaia Project, even though so far Gaia Project is a lot better. But I don't know, maybe this expansion will lift Terra Mystica. It's a weird sentence. I don't think I would ever say that you need to lift TM, but anyway. New stuff coming. You can sail around and all that, and ports and whatnot. And I'm kind of sad, I'm kind of bummed about this, because I was in the beta testing for this as well, but I never finished it. I had to tell Foyland that I didn't have time for it because we couldn't get the people together. You need to have like a group of people that play consecutively a few times, and, you know, to make sort of a judgment and all that to help out the beta process. So sadly we couldn't do that, you know, early summer. But I already checked out. I already have I've seen all the components and all that, and I have them all in print and play and all that. So I've seen them, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. New stuff for Terra Mystica. I am excited, and I hope you are too. But now, let's head to the next one, and this one might be a bit of a surprise to you. Okay, don't freak out. I mean, obviously this game is gonna be on my top 10 list, right? Or this expansion, Terraforming Mars Turmoil. But I think some of you are like, why? What? Why is it not #1? But I have to say, in between this one and my #1, which you will hear about in just a little while, it was really close. I went back and forth, but I love Terraforming Mars at the stage it's in right now. I do. You know, it's been on my my number one game since I did my top 100 last year. I am making my new top 100 now. Whoever, we'll see whatever happens then. But Terraforming Mars has, been in my number 1 or 2 slot of the favorite game. I really love it in so much. I want to play it all the time. But Turmoil, for me, it's like at the stage where Terraforming Mars is now, I'm really happy with it. I don't need another, expansion that changes a lot of things, and this one does. I played this one as a beta, and I mean, it's my number 2, so of course I'm excited for it. I want to play it a bunch, but still, for some reason, I sort of, I was really hard, during the summer, I was so expecting this, I was so excited for it, and it went down a little bit, so I can actually talk about it now. I don't get a heart attack. So anyway, you get event cards, really cool cards, event cards that are not just, oh, something happened, which is a bad game design. This is a good game design where you see what's going to come in a while and you can prepare for it, and that's something I love. You get Parliament over here, Parliament board, and you're going to send delegates to the Parliament to try to, well, both score points, but also get the right party to be the chairman of the Parliament, because then you will get a special effect. Like if you get the Green Party to rule, then you will get extra money when you place greeneries, because they want to make Mars green, and so on. It's so cool. It's very well designed. This is really fun made and well made. And also, we spoke about those player boards. Here's the laid player board coming with Turmoil as well. So that's something it's not coming with Turmoil, but with the Kickstarter it's coming, and you can buy it, I think, separately next to Turmoil now on Essen as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Now I'm cheating a little bit as well, because I'm putting this on the list. It's not just for me, it's for you that are watching. If you're going to Essen, make sure to pick this up, because I did back the Kickstarter, so I'm hoping that I will get it in just a few days here before Essen. That's my hope, so that I can make a few videos before I go to Essen. I really hope that happens. But yeah, so it's my number 2, Terraforming Mars Turmoil, and now let's head to number 1. So maybe you guessed it, maybe you didn't. Keyforge, Worlds Collide, the 3rd set for Keyforge. And I wasn't even sure that this was coming to Essen just some weeks ago, but then they announced that they are going to do a pre-release at Essen. So I'll be sure to pick up a bunch of decks for the 3rd set of Keyforge, Worlds Collide, as it's called. And this is so exciting. This is so cool. I mean, it's not just more cards. It's not just like the 2nd expansion was cool. I really love that one. A lot of fun cards and new decks that you can find new combos with and all that. But this is special because we get 2 new houses. 2 new houses. I mean, 2 houses are gone. No more Sanctum right now. No more Mars. They're coming back in some circulation later on. But wow. Wow. This is so cool. 2 new houses, some dinosaurs, and some Star Alliance. Yeah, this is gonna be so cool. New keywords, new sort of effects, like warding, protecting your creatures. Yeah, this is so cool. This is so I'm so excited for this, and I'm actually just gonna switch over here to. I did a video when they announced it. Yeah, so here's my video that I did when it was announced a few months ago. They did an announcement on Fantasy Flight webpage. And so I did a video where I talked through everything new in it. So if you want to see more about this, if you're interested in Keyforge, you can go check this out. You can click the little eye up there to go straight to my playlist for Keyforge. And you will find this Worlds Collide video. I think I called it something like First Impression or something like that. Can I see this when we do this? Yeah. Okay, new set announced, 3rd one. What's our thoughts on it at first glance? That was a long title. Anyhow, I'm so excited for this one and for Essen Spiel and all those expansions. I mean, I think I'm even more excited for expansions this year than I am for new games, which says a lot, being, 1,000 games released, but, it's expansions that I want. So, yeah, it was really fun to make this list. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to press the like button and subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Happy to have you here, and there's a lot of fun board and card game videos coming, so make sure to subscribe. And, yeah. Well, I hope that we see you at Essen Spiel. If you're not going to Essen, then, you can follow the coverage. I will do a bunch of live streams, short clips from there with demos of games and so on. And I will also make some interviews and, of course, a bunch of game videos coming in November and December and so on. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening or morning whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Breathe in. Look into these eyes. Subscribe to the channel. Now, exhale.